Want to know what makes Novak Djokovic so special? Well, we all know there are many reasons why he is the best player in the world. But in today's video, we are going to look at the one big reason why he is the best. My name is Jeff Salzenstein. I am the founder of Tennis Evolution, one of the leading online tennis instruction websites in the world. Absolutely passionate about helping players. So excited to have footage from Novak Djokovic's his practices in Australia, the 2020 Australian Open. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the one thing that separates him from everybody else. Now, again, there are other qualities that make Novak Djokovic such a great champion, but we're going to point out this one thing here. And before we get going, I took a little bit of heat on my last video where I talked about what makes Novak Djokovic return serve so well. In the particular clip that I showed, he actually didn't even get a ball back. A lot of comments were revealing that, hey, you showed a video he couldn't even return the serve, but I think people miss the point. The point of it is that, hey, he's the best server in the world. He does a lot of things very well, and he still gets aced. He still gets beat, and he keeps coming back for more. He keeps coming back ready to go on the next point because his technique and his tactics and his movement are the best in the world at returning. So go back and watch that video if you get the chance. And don't look at the result. Don't look at whether he got the serve back or not. Look at the things he does so well to allow him to be the best returner in the world. Now, in today's video, we're going to talk about Novak Djokovic's defense. The defense is what separates him. He does it better than everybody else. And he's returning serve here in this practice match. And so, again, notice how far back he's standing. A lot of the pros stand deep on first serve returns. So this is the first sign that he's playing defense, right? A lot of players stand so close to the baseline, and you should if you're playing someone that has a weaker serve. So just keep that in mind. I'm here to help you as a player, and you've got to adjust depending on your opponent. If you're playing a weak server, you can stand up. If you're playing a great server, you can move back. Also notice his wide base. He's in that wide athletic base returning serve. Now, the serve gets bombed out wide, and I want you to notice something here. And people don't really pick up on this, but look at where this ball lands. This isn't even that well placed. It is a good 3 feet from the sideline. I see a lot of recreational players. I see a lot of junior players. They put the cones for their targets right here. By the way, this is a bonus tip. I always like to give bonus tips with things I see. And then these players miss the serves and lose confidence. Give yourself a big target on the serve. Notice where this ball lands, and Djokovic is still fooled. He's still reaching with one hand. Now, I believe that Djokovic should actually try to get this with two hands. He should reach out with two hands there. However, because he moves so well, because he plays such great defense, he's able to slice this ball back and get ready for the next ball. Now, if you don't move as well as Djokovic, I would suggest that you consider reaching with two hands if you have a two-hander. But what I want you to notice is that the ability to play defense is that he's just blocking this ball back. Look at his footwork. He goes from the back foot, the left foot in this case, I call it the back foot, to the front foot. And the reason why I say back to front is because the front foot is the one that he steps in on. This is the load leg here. So he goes from the load leg to stepping in on his right foot, and he slices it back. And now where does he hit the return? He hits the return right through the middle. It's not even deep. So just making the ball, just getting it back can help you become a better player, often overlooked. Notice the recovery. He squares up here, and then it's a big crossover. Look at the size of that crossover. Many players do not cross over with that big of a move. They're crossing over, but maybe they only get to right there. Big crossover and then a split. This is another thing that players miss with the movement and the recovery and the defense is they cross over and then they try to get another shuffle in. Nope, he puts his foot down and then a quick split. Now, He's anticipating here. If you notice, he's anticipating because he understands the geometry of the court. He understands shot selection and patterns. This player standing here, look at how much room is open over here. But what he's going to do is he's going to play the percentages. He knows that a lot of pros now are going to go inside out with this ball. So he actually gathers himself, essentially stops, and is hanging here for this ball. So he guesses right. If this player would have gone here, he would have had a really hard time making this shot. His ability to play defense, as you can start to see, has a lot to do with his footwork and his movement, his anticipation, his recognition, the recognition here. And then one big step, look at that, that's athleticism. He doesn't take a lot of steps. One big step across. Look at the position he's in. A lot of players say, coaches say, oh, get your back leg, load leg behind the ball. He can't do that here. He's got to make one big crossover move and step in. Notice his follow through on his backhand here. A lot of players follow through on their backhand. Not Djokovic when he's stretched. He stops his finish and he pops the ball. I call it pop and stop. When I'm working with players, I call it pop and stop. And I teach this in my courses as well. A lot of the concepts that I've mentioned already, the movement, the returns, the pop and stop, I teach this in my courses. So if you want more information, of course, you can click the link below somewhere in this video and you can get access to a free course that we have offered inside our Tennis Evolution app. Now, I love how he pops it. Even look how he brings the racket back here. He doesn't follow through. A lot of players follow through. And then as soon as he hits this ball, he goes safe cross court. As soon as he sees the ball is below net level, what does he do? He starts to run in. He just starts to run. He knows he's got to cover. Look at that stride. He runs in, incredible balance, and he is hustling, and then he has mastered the art of the slide. I never learned how to do that as a pro or even as a college player, but look at that slide. Incredible slide. He gets there easily, and he just flips it to the open court. Notice the target. He's not even close to the sideline. He's not even close to the baseline, and he still beats an opponent with a long wingspan. Now, this opponent probably should have guessed here. He just plays it totally neutral, and he gets fooled. He probably should have guessed. Now, if we back this up a little bit, where should this player have gone? Well, again, he played the percentages. We'll take it back here. He played the percentages with this ball going inside out. But the problem, if we had to do this over again, so let's even take it back further. So he lands, he gets the easy ball. What he should have done, in my opinion, is hung back more and then used a lift and land. So he gets behind the ball. He has no momentum really going forward. It's a little bit forward, but he could have used more of a lift and land to get in a little bit more. See, that's not a very big step after, okay? He's not in great position. He can't cover the line. So if anything, he should have been a little deeper on the baseline and stayed back and not run in. He should have ripped the ball, gotten one more short ball, and then maybe come in. The other option is next time maybe he's got to come here and hope that Djokovic can't run it down and hit it a pass. But overall, he played the percentage. I just don't think the percentage shot, I just don't think his court position was great to come in behind this. He should have been a little bit deeper, and he could have ripped it here, waited one more ball, and then maybe come in on the second ball. It's a little bit of cat and mouse here, but this player could have done a much better job with this shot right here with his court positioning and understanding that maybe he should have waited one more shot. Now, hopefully you like this video. Give us a thumbs up, share it with others, and turn on your notifications so that you're updated on all the latest releases. Subscribe to the channel, of course. And I love making this video for you. Before you go, I've got a free gift to offer you. We are offering a free instructional course, lessons on the forehand, the serve, footwork, single strategy, just like videos like this, double strategy, and more. Click the link in the description below or somewhere in this video. We'll get you started taking that next step on your journey to improve faster and having more fun with the game. Thanks for your time today. We'll see you at the next lesson.